conflicting court orders on People's Democratic Party convention. Is Abuja court order versus Oyo court approval? Which one stands? And now the NNPP, the political party, is in trouble. The faction of the party is warning INEC against recognizing Kwankwanso faction of the party, saying proposed convention by the Kwankwanso group is illegal. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Nyesom Wike here, right here in Abuja. Some breaking news we are following for you. It does look like a major arrest has been made by the Department of State Services, DSS, and the breaking news that is coming. We will bring you up to speed with what has happened. We understand that the DSS have apprehended a fleeing Ansaru terrorist and mastermind of deadly 2022 Euromi Banks attack. We will bring you up to speed with that just in a moment right here on the program. Stick around with me, everyone. But first, let's begin by letting you know tonight we're going to be dissecting for you what is happening with the People's Democratic Party, the drama, the court, and the legal twist in the party. Is it to be or not? Well, let's begin by letting you know that the NNPP too is having its own share of trouble, internal trouble. The new Nigeria People's Party is asking the Independent National Electoral Commission and to desist from recognizing the planned national convention being proposed by the Rabiu faction of the party. At a news conference in Abuja, the Secretary General of the party, Comrade Ogini Olakpose, says Mr. Kwankwanso, who was the party's presidential candidate in the 2023 general election, has been expelled along with the entire national working committee of the party led by Mr. Ahmed Ajuji. Mr. Olakpose adds that the Independent National Electoral Commission has refused to obey a valid court judgment delivered in their favor, which restrained the commission from attending to application for the group. Take a listen to him.
I'm here to say it boldly that Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso is not the founder of NNPP, neither is he one of the founding fathers. He came to join us less than 3 years ago. And his joining the party is more of a curse than blessing. Because I've never seen it in life where a tenant will want to take over the whole property. So it is on this note that we are alerting Independent National Electoral Commission under Professor Joas Amupito not to fall to the antics of the hijacker called Rabiu Musa Kwankwanso.
Well, that's an intrigue in the NNPP. I'm going to bring you up to speed with some of the stories that we're following for you, although some of them are not the headlines for tonight. I will be taking you to Ibadan so you see what is happening in the preparations ahead of tomorrow's national convention of the People's Democratic Party. But that convention is in the balance. There is a a court order from the Justice Lifu Federal High Court today, a case that former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, had approached the court to say, I'm being injured because I'm not allowed to run for the chairman of the PDP. I'm being sidelined and I want to be part. The court has now said, you cannot continue with the convention until you allow Sule Lamido to get a party nomination form and allowed to contest. But there is a court in Oyo State which says the convention must go on. What exactly are we facing here, especially when it concerns the People's Democratic Party? I'll be bringing you up to speed with the latest, the perspectives from very senior members and those who are right in the midst of things. But stick around with me, everyone. Let's serve you some of your political roundup stories.
Is asking members of the National Assembly to expedite action on the proposed special seats bill currently before the Assembly, saying that the bill would include 2 reserved seats for women in each geopolitical zone. Oba Adeye made the call while meeting with other traditional rulers from the southwest region of Nigeria. He believes that this will greatly tackle the underrepresentation of women in Nigeria's political landscape. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Edo State has knocked the state governor, Monday Okpebolo, for alleged poor performance so far after clocking 1 year in office on November the 12th, 2025. The chairman of Edo PDP, Anthony Aziegbemi, stated this during a press briefing at the party's state secretariat in Benin City, the Edo state capital. Mr. Aziegbemi described Governor Okpebolo's performance as 1 year of drift, decline, and deceit, highlighting some of the issues as collapse of governance and institutional order. The All Progressives Congress in Taraba State has now defended Governor from the ruling People's Democratic Party in the state and a stakeholder, shortly after some closed-door meetings convened by the governor. According to them, with the defection of the governor to the APC, it means that there is no active opposition in the state again, even as they insist that there were no conditions set for the governor to join the APC. A civil society organization, Kimpact Development Initiative, has made public its assessment of the 2025 Anambra off-cycle election, rating it as operational progress despite some noticeable structural and procedural weaknesses recorded. Addressing journalists in Abuja, the executive director of the organization, who states that there were significant improvements in voter turnout, functionality of the BVAS, and voter verification, while expressing dissatisfaction on the secrecy of the ballot and vote trading, which were in blatant disregard of the election guidelines. The KDI states that the deficiencies recorded are insufficient to alter the overall outcome of the election, but they are of the opinion that the gains recorded can be built upon ahead of the 2027 general elections.
All right, then you've been served with your political roundup. Sorry. So let's bring you up to speed with what happened today in the court in Abuja, where Justice Peter Lifu of the Federal High Court today ordered the People's Democratic Party to put on hold its national convention scheduled to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State, this weekend. Delivering judgment, Justice Lifu equally restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from supervising, monitoring, or recognizing the outcome of any convention the party would hold without the inclusion of a former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, as a contestant. Let me allow you to listen to some of the thoughts after the proceedings earlier today in court.
But then I feel that the PDP, my own party, which I love, is also lost. The time given to me, I'm now, because there was no, after the injunction, the party, if they said, they would have called me, so you can take your form, because there are about 3 days before the judgment. The injunction is for the party to reflect and say, look, let us give them the form. They didn't come. They didn't call me. So I now got the judgment. I waited for them to call me to come and say, come collect your form. But again, I feel that, PDP family bond and the trust and the cohesion is being eroded. So I feel very sad. And I also feel that, haven't got my own right, because to me, it's the right I'm fighting for.
All right, so some members of the People's Democratic Party, loyal to the National Secretary of the party, Mr. Samuel Ayo, are insisting that Saturday's convention by Damagun-led PDP is illegal and a waste of time. The address the press today, the 2 state chairmen and the PDP's zonal secretaries outside, who sought the relief of the court to stop the planned convention, say the only solution to the crisis is the implementation of the recommendations from the Wabara-led Reconciliation Committee report. According to them, part of the recommendations is ask the party to return to status quo and set up an all-inclusive caretaker committee to manage the affairs of the party, resolve all existing crises before going for a convention. Take a listen to them.
What are the recommendations of this committee high-powered committee set up by the party's BOT. The committee has this to say. For this to be effected, and it is recommendation, for it to happen, all the NWC should reverse to status quo ante immediately. That is a clear path towards, results. So once that happens, of course, you know that the party has a structure. The national chairman, the secretary, and all, they have their rules. To sit down to get NEC to approve a caretaker committee will not then be an issue.
All right, you heard them, but where does the party go from here? The breaking news that we are following for you about the arrest, a terror suspect who the DSS say is a mastermind of the Urumi bank attack. The suspect, Abdulaziz Obadaki, also known as Bombay, who escaped Kuje jailbreak, is also said to be responsible for the 2022 Delhi shooting at the Deeper Life College in Okene. Has been a fleeing terror suspect who's been on the run. The DSS says it has apprehended the fleeing Asaru terrorist and the mastermind of the deadly 2022 Urumi Banks attack. A breaking news we're following for you. A major arrest has been made by the DSS today. A fleeing Asaru terrorist and mastermind of the deadly 2022 Urumi Banks attack. Suspect named Abdulaziz Obadaki, also known as Bombay, is said to have escaped Kuje jailbreak. He's also said to have been responsible for the 2022 Delhi shooting at the Deeper Life College in Okene. He's now in the DSS custody. Let's now get the views and perspectives of the man who went to court. But there are stories flying around now that there are consultations with some governors of the PDP, and that he has asked his lawyers to strike out or take out all of those cases in court. Former Governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, is live for us on the program. Let's get that out of the way first and foremost. It does look like fake news. Is it true that you had meetings with some PDP governors and you have given up on the matter to say you are striking it out of court? What exactly is the position?
Well, thank you, Sharon. Let me say that, this conversation to me is the most difficult one in my life because it involves me as a person and my interest. Are you there with me? Because the issue now is me, so Lamido is a person, not about anybody else. I'm good, in talking about other issues, defending other rights and other people. But when the issue comes to me as a person, my own personality, I have difficulty, talking about because it's not in my culture or in my tradition to be talking about myself. So it's a very, very difficult and painful conversation for me today to be talking about myself and my right under my party, the party which I so much cherish. And so this judgment, this is about me withdrawing that, of course, Shayin was here this morning with me, because I came to me, but then the issue, I said, look, I can't do anything now because the issue is going to court and there's been an injunction, and therefore there's going to be judgment. Whatever we do, let's be after the judgment, not before the judgment. So I got the judgment, and the judgment is my favor. Now, naturally, I should be jubilating, or I should be celebrating. But then again, I should also be crying because how on earth can I take my own party, the party I so much, which I labor for which I went to prison, to found, will now deny my own rights as an individual. So I went to court not because I have any personal interest, but I want to be able to get my right back taken by my party. The issue is just about my own personality, my own dignity, my own honor being restored more than anything else, more than winning the court. So I won the case, fair enough. But then again, it's also equally tormenting that, the case I won is also about my party, about our unity, about our family. that that a family which was so united, which was so cohesive, there was so much love, so much trust, so much understanding. We are now simply fighting. I had to go to court, and therefore those things which were abounding, as the love, the trust, the accommodation, whatever, is all eroded, and I feel very, very sad. So that's the problem. So, to me, I am terribly agonized by this situation. But then again, what can I do? I'm coming from the old generation. My values are different from the current values. So, but then I feel sad. I feel sad. So the issue of me withdrawing anything, I never said so. I don't know whether I said on social media that I have withdrawn this. It's already late because there has been judgment. There is now a court order stopping the convention, asking the party to invite me. I give my card, my form to fill, and then go through the normal campaign, through the party, and then go for the election. So the election which is going to happen now, they're going to be, if it holds, it's illegal because I'm not on the ballot. That's how we are at the moment.
So you did not have any meeting with any governor today with respect to that?
No.
Okay.
Look, Shay, hold on. Which governors? PDP had 14 governors. 14 governors. Today there are only 3 left. So which governors? We have 14 governors under the chairmanship of the governor forum, Bala, governor of Bode State. Under the Bagum, we have 14 governors. Today we have only 3. Even these 3, 2 of them are going. So which governors? The problem came from the governors because they are so deluded. They have a wrong notion of their own self-worth. That they are now in charge. Therefore, they can ram down their orders and authority over us. That's the problem we're facing. So which governor? I saw no governor. The only governor who came to me was Makinde, who I so much respect because he's a very, very nice young man, and who is equally concerned about the party. Others are more concerned about their ephemeral interests. She is more altruistic. Others are purely ephemeral.
Now, so let me ask you, Governor Lamido, in all of this, after the judgment, you've got a judgment of court. It does look that you feel that your dignity is being restored, but the party, on the other hand, everyone is in a battle, and they're ready to go ahead with that convention without you, and it does look like you are not considered in whatever that is going on. Where does that leave you?
Now, Sean, get this very, very clearly. I am now a creation of a court order. You understand? I'm not, accused of the PDP, process. I am now a creation of the court, and therefore, being somebody saved by the court, I can't go and when there's injection on the convention. How do I go there again, undermining and renouncing something I have gained in the court? That's the issue. If I go to the convention, then it means whatever I got in has been washed away. So there is now a certain order from the court, which restores my dignity, my honor. And therefore, I will stand by the court because I'm a party man who is who believes in law and order. Therefore, going to Ibadan and that venue means really renouncing what I've gotten. So I can't go there because I'm now a creature of the court, and therefore the court gave a very, very clear injunction that the convention must not hold. So how do I go there? I can't go there.
So in all of this, your intention is to be the next chairman of the People's Democratic Party. But you've inferred here that it does look like things are really collapsing so fast. Party has lost a lot of governors, and more from what you have said tonight, that more are about to leave the party. What then do you want to go and administer? Why do you want to be a governor over a party? Why do you want to be a chairman over a party that is fast losing its members and its leaders? What do you want to go and govern there?
In the last 6 months or 8 months, in fact, in the last 1 year, we've been having meetings with leaders, David Mark, McCarthy, and the other end of the party, John Wodo, all of them will be meeting. Look, how do we save this party? This party literally evaporating. What do we do? How do you hold this line of the party? Because the governors are taking the party hostage. The governors. What do we do? We've been meeting for over a year. about this issue. So me coming into it, not of my own, of me. So some people who feel that I can be used to restore the party, to give the party people, the party, the sense of belonging, and then restore, a sense of unity in the party, give them some inspiration, so that people now can come back, because I feel I can be used to restore the party with its own glory. I'm not desperate. I was simply invited by people, but then the governor said that if they are made the chairman, they can't control me. That's the problem. They say, look, we can't, Sule Lamido, we like him, he's a leader, blah, blah, but then he's so difficult, we can't control him. That's what they are saying. That's what they want to be. I don't want to be a chairman. But then I want to be a chairman of the PDP for the PDP people. Because it has history behind it, the way it was formed, the vision, the mission. There's something behind it. Beyond, what these, governors are talking about. But then to them, because they are now the Lord, they try to impose and say, look, we don't want Sule because we can't control him. Now, they want somebody they can control. How do you control a legacy of 30 years? I mean, this party produced 3 presidents. How many governors? How many parliament? How many senators? How many senate presidents? How many ministers? How many ambassadors? I mean, the history of Nigeria in the last 25 years is all PDP. Through PDP, the system will collapse. The entire history of Nigeria in the last 25 years of democracy is PDP. Now, this party with this kind of huge heritage, huge legacy, will not be controlled by governors because they are now the governor. I mean, we're also governors, for God's sake. We're also governors, but then to them, the governors today are emperors, and I don't see. But I feel.
But Governor Lamido, this is what they have accused some of you of when you were governor. You were a former governor. These are the kind of things that they said some of you did when you were sitting governors too. That you acted and you behaved like emperors too when you were governor. When
I was a governor, there was no chain of television when I was a governor, all right? And, I coming from the old order. The chairman of the party then was Sule Lamido. You understand? When the president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, and then Jonathan. So there is no way, Sule Lamido through to Moro, through to other, there is no way governors control the party. The governors was simply partners. The governors are partners, within the same family. And they are a symbol. I mean, we honor them, we respect them because they are the ones who give our image outside. But then when they begin to turn around and begin to control and look over members of the party, this is a problem. The government should be our protectors, our image makers. They should be carrying us on board. Not, really running us like conquering entity. Today, PDP is conquered. But then how do you go into a war facing Tinubu in 27, with this, fractured, army? That's the problem. So I'm more concerned about PDP being restored its own glory, not about, that, it is, they say, power to the people. Let me sure they know that, PDP is restored to its old values. And then we can see how can go ahead.
Governor Lamido, you have a feeling that you can help rescue and restore PDP. That's your intention. You think that you have what it takes to be able to restore the PDP, because there are those who are not trusting you. They said you are not going, you didn't decide to, or you did not go with Atiku and the rest to ADC, just so that Atiku can also have a stronghold on the PDP, and you are the one that is helping him to advance that cause. That is a view some of the members of the PDP hold, and that's why they said they may not be able to trust you, and that's why they were not looking in your way to make you the PDP chairman.
Look, people are free to speculate, and they create some kind of propaganda around me. It's their own problem. I mean, let's say if they can't control me, then who can control me? Their fear is they can't control me. Yet they are saying, I'm being controlled by somebody else. Does it make sense? If they can't control me, what does that actually control me? Atiku. That's the problem. It's more about the party, so they fear their shadow. That's the problem. What is they fear? Look, the party has got a history. How do restore the old glory of the party? So they know we forge ahead. But when they say somebody can control, how do you control? So okay, fair enough. I'm not a chairman now. I will fare better now. I'm not a chairman now. Under Bala, feeding chairman governor for those certain governors are all gone. Under them, I'm going chairman. I mean, look at the losses. So the point is, are we better off now with this kind of leaders, in the party, or we think with somebody who is a clear-headed person, somebody, like me, fairly mature, and I can reach out. I'm a very easygoing person. I'm very ordinary. I can engage you and say, what's your problem? Let's discuss. I'm not haughty.
So you have a feeling that you can rescue the PDP. There are members of the party who says that the party is dead. I saw with Governor Fayoshe, who told me that the PDP is dead. Are you able to resurrect the party? Do you have what it takes? Do you have the magical powers to be able to bring back PDP from the dead?
Fayoshe is my younger brother. I like the young man very much. But then if the party is dead, then his own heritage is dead. It's you see who is dead, his own history, his own heritage. Because when you say Fayoshe, you say former PDP governor. Isn't it? When you say Fayoshe, former PDP governor. Therefore, if PDP is dead, it's his own heritage which is dead. It is he who is dead, not me. It's up to him to renounce what made him what he is. The party dignified him. The party honored him, made him a governor. And now you say he's dead. Fair enough, I wish him well. So he's simply burying his own history. That's all. So
the question I ask can you bring PDP back from the dead? Can you resurrect PDP? Can you revive it? Is PDP rescuable? Is the party still worth something in value, politically speaking?
What I'm saying, Sean, is, you see, I think I have the political linkages, the kind of, where with it. The colleagues, in the party with whom we share so much in common. And I feel, by reaching out, not only with the party, but even the Obasanjo, I'll go to Obasanjo, I'll go to Jonathan, I'll go to Atiku. I say, look, come back because this party made you what you are. I say, Baba Obasanjo, please come back to the party. Come to a meeting. If I'm time, I'll say, I'll invite Obasanjo, invite Atiku, invite Jonathan, invite Namadi. I say, look, you are our treasure, you are our symbols. Therefore, come to a meeting. When we're within a meeting symbolically, then it's easy because then we should be able to send a very, very powerful message. And I don't think that anybody in Nigeria who can invite Atiku or Obasanjo or Jonathan more than me. Because I'm more than able to, because they know me, I know them very well. So that's the idea, that how do we allow this party which produced them, which made us, which made Nigeria, which was able to scale Nigeria, how do we make sure they know it comes back? Because the country is simply evaporating. Where is Nigeria now? The poverty level, the division, the insecurity. It's only the PDP which has the capacity and the skill and of course the management and the commitment to Nigeria and the passion for Nigeria, which can save Nigeria. So I can reach out the leaders and I'll say they must come because I'll go and bring them. So look, come. If you don't come in, Nigeria going to. So I want to use your status, your profile, your image, your name. We want to use it for PDP because it's now to me payback time. Pay out what we gave you. I'll tell them.
All right. Governor Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa, said, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We'll
take a break, everyone. But when we return, more perspectives on this one. Very senior members and those who hold very strong views about the situation in the PDP will be speaking with me right after this break. Everyone for staying with us. Let's move the conversation forward. I'm being joined by one of the elders of the party and chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Bode George. Thank you so much, Chief George, for joining us tonight. Where does your party go from here? For those who think the party is dead, can it rise up from the grave?
I am. Thank you for having me. And it's always a pleasure to join in the discussion, especially when it comes to my party. Some may wish, but majority of the members of the party know that this party is the Iroko political party in Nigeria. There's no organization that will not have disagreement or debate. There'll be all kinds of things. But the ability of the managers to be able to tell themselves the truth is a measure to the Nigerian public which political party can be trusted. I listened to comments. First of all, I want to reassure you that this party is solid. This party is undivided. And the way things went on, I am hell shocked that he took the party to court. The last NEC meeting we had, NEC is the next most powerful committee to the National Convention. At that NEC meeting, the dates for collection of forms, those who wanted to contest were stipulated. What they are supposed to do when they are supposed to return the forms were all well stated and approved by NEC. That is the procedure. Now, my brother got it all wrong. For about a month or so, everybody who wanted to collect forms will apply, pay the normal dues, and they give you the form. But on his own side, he came physically on the very day that the return of forms closed. Of course, with his status, if he had called them earlier or told them that I want to take this form on so, they will oblige him because of his status. But to now carry that and now went to court because they didn't give you the form, that day was the last day to return the forms. So, did he do what is right? I just heard about the judgment by another court there in Abuja. For God's sake, the Supreme Court has ruled that all these kind of issues, political issues,
but Chief Judge, as it is right now, I see that you are not yet in Ibadan because I'm familiar with the background. This is your house in maybe in Lugard or the other side.
I'm in Lugard.
You are in Lugard in Ikoyi. So I see that I'm not sure you are even planning to go. Is it going to go on?
Of course, the convention will go on. The court the court that under Justice Akitola has given his own judgment. He stated that, look, the order to continue our operations is being extended till Monday next week, and that he will give his own judgment on the 8th of December. Now, Lamido has come with his own. There is a judgment in Ibadan stating emphatically.
Are you inferring, Chief Judge? Are you inferring that there might be some intentions that Mr. Lamido has, other than the fact that he wanted to run? Because you said that he came on the last day. It meant that he came late and when things could not have been remedied. Are you inferring that his intentions were ulterior?
He did not attend. Wait a minute. He did not attend the NEC meeting where all these decisions, the beginning of the sale of the forms and the end of your returning the forms. And in the form, there is no way he could have completed it on that day because it's a last day. There are people he will request from the 6 geopolitical zones to endorse his form. For God's sake, he's an elder of the party.
Chief Judge, give me a moment. Give me a moment, Chief Judge, for a moment. Let me bring in yet another view into this matter, because this is highly legal. Because I'm wondering how the party will move forward from here. There's a man who is also highly invested in the matter of the PDP. His name comes up right every other time. As the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, former governor of River State, who is on the telephone with us. I understand that he's in Lagos, maybe en route to Ibadan. Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, thank you so much for joining us on the program. You are headed towards Ibadan, isn't it? Is that, if I'm right? Because I understand that you are in Lagos at the moment.
Sure, thank you very much. That's good guidance to bad rubbish. I came to Lagos to celebrate with my very good friend, the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayoshe, my younger brother, will be celebrating his 65th birthday tomorrow. And so I'll be here with all our friends to celebrate with him. You know, Cheryl, I'm not the kind of person that will say one thing And then I turn around to say another thing. I'm a respecter of the law. I'm a believer in the rule of law. I have had Sule Lamido. I have had our father, Chief Bode George, was unfortunate, very unfortunate at the level of Chief Bode George. Don't understand the difference between a substantive judgment and an ex parte order that was made by a court. The Federal High Court on the 31st of October had all counsel. I gave judgment that over 20 senior advocates appeared. And again, Sule Lamido went to court, challenging the party that it cannot continue with its convention because it denied me my right. You know me too well. I have not been in a good relationship or talking ties with the Sule Lamido. We have not even spoken to each other. But the point remains that the court gave final judgment today. Our father, Bode George, former Deputy National Chairman, we're going to tell the public that the court in Ibadan gave a judgment. The court in Ibadan never gave a judgment. The court in Ibadan gave an ex parte order. And then I extended that ex parte order. Are you now telling us that the ex parte order will override a substantive judgment of a court that even has jurisdiction? But anyway, that is for the court. I'm not here to lawyers, and they have to argue. And I'm saying, I've always had to say, the Supreme Court has said internal affairs of the party. Shaming is very, very ridiculous. How do you go to this entire Supreme Court? We're not talking about candidates of party. We're not talking about leaders. We're talking about, look, you have to follow the Constitution. You have to follow Electoral Act. You have to obey INEC guideline and your own Constitution. If you breach this, you cannot. And they forget ask Bode George. Did you read the Omotosho's judgment? What was the bone of contention? What was the challenge? If they had 6 reliefs there, 5 reliefs against INEC. Say INEC, as you have a duty by law to make sure parties allow internal democracy by following what the Constitution says, by following what the Electoral Act says, by following what the INEC guidelines says, and by following what their own Constitution says. We're not talking about...
Just a moment, Governor Wike. You and some of those who disagree with what is going on in the PDP at the moment, it does look like those who are in Ibadan are having a good time. The thing that the party needs to move forward, they are of the opinion that some of you are holding down the party and want to kill the party. They are going ahead with the convention and they don't care about whatever that is going on.
No. Again, this is the problem I've always told people. Impunity. None of them there, even Bode George, all of them there. Bode George has said the party is united. Ask him, since 1999, as united as the party is, have we won anything in Lagos? Have we won anything in Lagos? He was deputy national chairman of the party from 1999. Have we won anything? A united party, as he said. So I tell you today, it is only in my state where you have members of National Assembly of PDP, where you have all the members of the State Assembly as PDP. In Lagos, what do you have? So if there are people who want to talk about the party, who are supporting the party, making the party to be united to move forward, I think that it is weak. And what you said, did you know that the Wabara-led Board of Trustees set up a committee to look into this matter? Have you seen the report of the committee they set up? The committee told them, listen, If you want this party to be united, if you want the party to move forward, stop this now. All these big things of saying there is a court judgment from Ibadan. There's no court judgment in Ibadan.
All right, Minister, just a moment. Minister, just a moment. Because some of the things that you said, Chief Bode George would like to quickly respond to it. Just for a moment, sir.
I am shell-shocked. Yes, I'm not a lawyer, but I went to school. I could read and write and interpret. I was just talking about Lamido. Because if he had attended the last NEC meeting of the party and the INEC people were present, you would have seen that the party was following its own system. I am shocked when individuals head out, they are saying, Chief Bode George, I'm not a lawyer. And I thank God that I'm an engineer because we have exact science. All this interpretation, you said the court gave a finality with what he wrote. Everything he wrote in that judgment contradicted the directives of the Supreme Court. And for fuck's sake, what you should do, that is the primus inter pares. We listen to it.
The minister just said that the judgment, whatever that some of you are following, that you insist that you are going ahead with that convention, with the or your court order, which is an ex parte order, cannot be more than a judgment, a substantive judgment of court. That is what he's saying.
He said it should not be something of the court. I am not a lawyer, and I'm glad that I'm an engineer.
But he's inferring that if anybody going to that convention is acting illegally, and that convention is illegal.
No. It is not illegal. This party is not owned by an individual. And I'm talking to him as my political son. He got his own judgment.
Minister Wike, you heard what Chief Judge said. The Chief Judge says the party is not owned by one person. He's talking directly to you. He said you are his political son, and the party is bigger than all of you.
It is illegal, and the only time we can...
I've never had any relationship with Chief Bode George. Remember, when Bode George wanted to run as chairman of the party, he found that I was one of those who stopped him. At that convention, he had to withdraw. We told him no way. And that was the convention that produced Chief Uche Secondus. So what we are saying, he talked about that committee. That committee said, do congresses of Ebonyi. That committee says, do Congress of Southeast. That committee says, do congresses of Anambra. Ask him, have those congresses been done? Ask him. He's talking about INEC was there. Has he taken time to read the 95 pages of Justice Omotocho's judgment? It is not about you being emotional. Sitting in your house as an elderly person. I understand how he feels. This is the way he wants it. But again, I want to tell you, even the so-called Congress that was held in Lagos, Chief Bode George was angry. He called the National Financial Secretary, Pature, that he was going to fight Sheyi Makinde, who wants to take the secretary. We were all there together. He didn't know we were all there together.
Minister Wike, just give me a moment, please. Chief Bode George, give me a moment. We are due for another break. We'll be right back after this time out, everyone. Thanks so much, everyone, for staying with us. We've gotten to the very end of the program. Chief Bode George, tomorrow and going forward, where does the party go from here? We just have 30 seconds to close.
Listen, the party is solid. No individual has any authority over our party. Every decision made is collective responsibility. And we are proud to state that. He has openly declared that he's going to vote for the president Tinubu. And how can you still be talking and be whining about our party?
All right.
You are the ones that translating this and that. Everything he has done, he said he will not come to our meetings anymore. So why is he still
George, so let's close. Let me get
Governor
Wike's final thought. George, we just have 30 seconds to close. Governor Wike, where does your party go from here? Dire situation, what's the way forward? 30 seconds, please.
Just let us show to Nigerians. We are not a binding organization. Let us show to Nigerians we believe in the rule of law. You cannot be a party disobeying court judgments, and then you say you want to take over the realms of governance. It's not possible. People like Bode George, with their wealth of experience, even though he said he's not an engineer, he's not a lawyer, but he should not be discussing what he does not have the fact and knowledge about. Let us obey the judgment of the courts, not an ex-party order, so that we cannot see them. People like Senator Sparky have said that the committee they set up, headed by Wakilin Nadama, have come on to say, look, stop this thing.
All right.
Let's put our house in order.
All right.
And you don't want to obey it.
We're totally out of time. But Governor Wike,
they are meeting about for a party. For a party. They can to gyrate. They can gyrate.
All right.
At the end of the day.
Governor Wike, Chief Bode George, thank you so much for your time tonight. That's our show, and that's all we have for tonight. Many thanks, everyone. I'm Nyesom Wike. God bless Nigeria.